Have y'all noticed that when you go into I was out taking care of some business today. Have y'all noticed that Esau's when you look at their kingdom, I mean they neighborhood. Well, you might well say they living in their kingdom. I didn't intend it where it came out like that. But when I go like when you go in their neighborhood, more than likely it looks really good. And I'm gonna go back and I'm gonna edit the picture up there so y'all can see it. You see what I'm saying? As soon as I'm done with this video, I'm going to go back and I'm going to edit it, deliberately take, and I'm gonna go and I'm gonna edit the pictures inside the video. I'm trying to see if I can do it while I'm live, but I would have to go to my other computer and do it. But I don't know if the video will be up in the uh, in the manager. There's a where you can go into the video manager where all your videos are located at, and you can actually, yeah, because I know you can edit it while you're live. You can edit it your title in. You see what I'm saying? But if you, like I said, if you go and you look at on average, I tell you what, before I edited the pictures in this thing here, I'm gonna take y'all out here and I'm gonna show y'all our neighborhood. I'm just gonna show you. Hoping ain't no damn bug, no bosses out here. Well, okay. If you look at our neighborhood look different. If you look at our neighborhood look different. I ain't gonna stay out there too long. I'm gonna go in the back. Yeah. Oops. I might well leave it on. I normally don't have all the lights on, but I'm just gonna do it for the video. If you look, I noticed that when I go into their neighborhood, it looks different. It's quiet, it's peaceful, and it's like it looks way in the hell better than this. Of course, they okay nice apartments and stuff, but come on, they live in places where they ain't got to worry about taxes and all that. It's just you can look at the condition of the average Caucasian and you can see Esau. You can see that they not really. If you look at them, they family and they children ain't really wanting for nothing. And then on top of that, then they get to exercise they so-called white privilege. They can, but I ain't never. I mean, well, I can't really say because I never really lived in a condition to where a good condition. I don't know what it's like to actually. We didn't grow up rich. You know what I mean? Most black people, most so-called black people, people of color. If you look in our neighborhood, you see the Hispanics on this side. You got the so-called blacks up there, and you got the black and the so-called black people here. There's no Caucasian people actually living in here. You know, it's more. What I'm saying, we dominate the population of poverty. It's what I'm saying. The prison rate, who fill up the prison system? Everybody knows that so-called black, when they think of prison, being in jail, drugs, drug dealers and stuff, come on. People try to play games and they try to play dumb like they don't really know what's going on. But they, deep down on the inside, they know who dominate this population. They know who dominate the world. They know who dominate the banks. They know who dominate the stores, all of that, the grocery stores, the trucks, and all of that. They control all of that. The government controls every bit of that. Like they can shut everything, which they probably gonna do. They can shut everything down right now if they want to. The people that control it. They literally, Esau can shut everything down right now if he want to. They can cut your water off. They can do all. They can do it because they have that control, power, and privilege. And the so-called white man, deep down within, the average white person, no, I'm telling the truth. They know that. Look, hey, it's the truth. A lot of people will try to argue with it. They can come along and argue with it, but they not gonna win. You can debate, but you still gonna be right back where you was after that debate. You can try to debate me, but you ain't gonna win. Because you know how some of us are. well, you got some black people. Show me in the neighborhood where the so-called white people living in the ghetto and in the slum, where they got to depend upon welfare and food stamps. Show it to me. You don't usually see. Think about it. You can tell where we live, although you do see the grass cut, you do see this here. But more than likely, they neighborhoods look way in the hell better than this. They neighborhood is way better than this. They got tall fence. They place look like prison. You can't even. They got cameras all around there. Everything. It literally looked like the Garden of Eden, perfect paradise when you go in their neighborhood. You can eat. I promise. Look, bro. You can eat off the ground in a white person's yard. It's literally so-called white people. Esau. You can eat off of their ground. You can literally put your food on the ground and you will not get sick. If you can tell when you come in our neighborhood, more than likely, I'm just saying, more than likely, that y'all know this, you're going to see damn ballers every damn more in the ditch. You're going to see abandoned houses where a lot of our people probably go and smoke their weed, or y'all know what I'm talking about. You see that. You usually see us going to the corner stores. You see sometimes you may go in some of our neighborhood, you see some of us hanging on the corners. But if you go in their neighborhood, you don't see them. Their neighborhood is clear as day. It's clean. You can walk in the neighborhood. It's gonna be like you in the. It's gonna be like you walking in the Garden of Eden. It's so peaceful. It's so quiet. It's everything in that. You can tell the difference when you come to that neighborhood. They grass cut all around here will be looking professional. Everywhere down around here. You know, in neighborhood, they'll have grocery stores right there by them. Have fences around. They stuff. You can just look. You'll be able to look at their property, and you can tell the difference. You can tell where black people live, where our people live. We live in apartments and stuff like that. Every now and then, you build up an apartment and it looks nice and stuff like that. You know what I mean? You build. You know, I'm not saying. I mean, the apartments is nice and stuff like that, but you can clearly, come on, people. You can clearly look at these brick buildings here, and you can tell these ain't no mansions. These are not no mansions. You can tell that we are not rich. You can tell, cause you know, come on, people. You know, us as a black people, y'all know we never been rich. We never. Look, think about it. Think about it like this here. You know as well as I do, our kids never woke up and be able to like, damn, I want me a car. And they get it. Okay, we're going to get it. They can get anything they want. I mean, what I'm saying is the Caucasian people, they are not really like low in resources is what I'm saying. Y'all get what I'm saying. We know that. If you think I'm lying, all you have to do. Who controls the so-called police department? Who controls that? The government. Who runs that? Who run all these corporate? Of course, you may see some black people in that running it, but overall, the people that still control it is Esau. They control all of that. You even see so-called black people working on the police force, right? Guess who still is control of them? The so-called white men. They still control it all. Even if you own property, as a black person or a person of color, whatever you want to say, they still got to pay taxes. You still got to pay taxes. I don't care how much money you got a few collectively, of course. You got a few collectively, so-called black people, we have a few people probably in our family that's rich or whatever. But I'm saying that's not talking about on a. That's not the large majority. That's just rare. It's a blessing. Now, some of our people probably came up and grew up with a silver spoon in their mouth because God, by means, was merciful to them, was good to some of our people, and He blessed them with where they had no problem in resource. Even though they had no problem in resource, they still gonna suffer the curses in other different ways. There's other ways they still gonna suffer. They still got to go to the so-called white man in order to be able to get the material. They got to be able to go to them. They still got to go to them to get the resources, even though you can afford it. But at the same time, it ain't gonna stop them from calling you out a nigga. It ain't gonna stop them from calling you out your name or trying to oppress you. That ain't gonna stop them from trying to like come up to you and try to put hands on you and throw you down to the ground. It ain't gonna stop none of that, because a lot of people feel like and think, oh well, I'm rich and I got all this money, they ain't gonna mess with me. Shit. That shit ain't gonna work. They don't care nothing about that. They can take all that at any point in time if they want to. You stop paying taxes on your property, you own it. How you gonna own something? They gonna say you own something, but you still paying. When you paying taxes, you still paying for it. Now you tell me, is that free? They say we in the land of the free, right? If you own something and you constantly paying taxes to the day you die, and I'm not even an educated person when it comes to real estate business and all. I'm not but I use but I got some understanding according to the Most High. I mean, I'm not that dumb. You gonna pay for that. If you don't pay taxes on that property, I know a man right now. Yep, a so-called black man. He's a so-called black man. He owned a little property, but he told me, he said, if he don't keep his own grass cut, he said they're making pay like a $200 fine. This is what this person literally told. This was 2 years ago. This was like in 2020 when he told me this. I said, what? He said, yeah. He said, if he don't keep his grass cut on his property, they'll make him put a fine in his a paper, a citation in his door, make him come to court. I think that's what he was saying. But he said they'll definitely make him pay like a $200 fine. He told me that. And I was like blown away. I said, I ain't never heard of no shit like that. Like, what? This is when I was actually interacting with the person, and I think he asked me to cut his grass, and I went to help him cut his grass and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? He was cutting grass, and when he was bringing me home and things of that nature, he told me that he said, yeah, I can't have, if I don't cut my grass and I let it get tall, they'll charge me a $200 fine, so I can't keep the grass up high. I'm like, what? Because I never really heard of that. So if they charge you for not keeping your own property up, how in the hell do you own that? Like, what the hell? I ain't never heard of no shit like that. A lot of my people gonna think I'm wrong for talking like this. A lot of my people gonna think I'm wrong for talking like this. They probably gonna look at me more. But I'm telling the truth though. But anyway, I'm gonna go ahead on and I'm gonna end this live so I can go and put that thumbnail in this video and show y'all. I'm gonna do it and I'm gonna put the thumbnail in that. There you're gonna see their property, and then I'm gonna turn around and do another video showing y'all the property of our neighborhood. If I have to write and put a thumbnail, the black community versus the white community, yeah, I can put that. I can put up that, like, I'm gonna find a way to figure it out. You know what I'm saying? Because YouTube don't have a natural edited no more. You know what I'm saying? In 2005, they had a good edited. The new stuff that they have now, it ain't worth a damn. It ain't worth a shit that they have. But, yeah, But I'm gonna show y'all. Y'all gonna see that thumbnail once I'm done. I'm gonna put the thumbnail up there, and y'all be able to see what I'm talking about. And the video, what I entitled, "This is how Esau's neighborhood look." I'm gonna put the thumbnail. Y'all gonna see what I'm talking about. All right, I'm out.